Existential crisis. So do you know what that is? Well, imagine yourself 10 years from now in the perspective of a teenager. Do you know who you're going to be? Do you know what career you're going to have? Do you know who you're going to end up with? All of those questions always run through a teenager's head. And this is when you realize that you actually exist. You have one terribly short human life, and you just realize that you have to do as much as you can in that one terrible short lifespan you have. So, what I mean by existential crisis is when you realize that you have to find what you want to do with your life, what goals to achieve, who you want to be, who you want to end up with and surround yourself by. All those things apply to your life, and you have such a short time to actually think about it. So imagine this. You go through the whole school system thinking that you'll be guaranteed a job, a nice life, your significant other, and you'll have a family, and boom, life complete. But as you think about it, and as you get older to that one age where you're in between the ages 17 and 20, you start to realize that you have to actually decide all these things. And it's not as easy as it looks. So when you're a kid, you think that you just could go through preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, high school, and then you'll somehow be admitted into a good college, and then you'll just automatically get a job. It's kind of like when you play piano with a book, per se, as shown here. I don't need this. I already know what I'm doing. What's the next note? I don't know what I'm doing! Okay, so it's not only that.
I'm gonna get an A on this year final, but wait. What if I fail it? What if I fail the AP test? And then I won't get into college, and I'll fail, and I end up on the streets and die! Ugh!
But you also get so much pressure as a teenager, and you fall into that existential crisis, and it prevents you from doing important mandatory tasks in your everyday life that leads you to a better future, as per se studying in this example shown. I know what you really expected, because that's pretty much me every day, but enough of that. So, for example, it could actually happen, because it actually happened to me last year where I fell into a huge pit and I didn't actually know how to get out myself. But then one thing struck me. So in the beginning of first semester in freshman year, I took the biology class, and I was like, hey, this is pretty easy. I mean, I like genetics and stuff. I know how to know selective breeding and all that, so maybe I could become a biologist. And so we were signing up for classes for sophomore year, and I was like, I'll TA for Mr. Riley, and then I'll become better in biology, and then I could get into good biology school, and then I'll become a biologist. But then I started TAing this year, and I realized that's not what I want to do. And so there was a major existential crisis within a few months ago, actually, and I'm like, oh my god, what if I don't get in the right college? What if I die? What if I what if I don't get a job? I don't know what I want to do with my life. Do I want to live in another country? I don't know. And so that's where you actually fall into the existential crisis, which leads to my other point. Second semester last year, I took a class called digital media, and I realized that I really liked it. Like, it got to the point where I actually wanted to go to school to actually go to that class, and that's all I look forward to. Like, I had it 7th hour, and I powered through 6-hour gym, and yeah, it was pretty tiring, but then I somehow got through that. But anyway, back to the main point. So I realized that I actually enjoyed another career path, and that it's okay, because like at some point you're going to realize that you're always going to change your mind on what you want to do, and that's the whole process of being a high school student. You get different experiences throughout life, and then you solve that, you get yourself out of that existential crisis by going through the motions of life and getting new experiences, and then you realize what you want to do. So as a result, you just basically do what you want to do and do what you like, because no one else can tell you what to do or what not to do. It's what you want and you do it. How's that for an inspirational quote? Yes. Goodbye.